people always got to deal with whatever comes to attention. The Most High wants you to deal with it. So y'all bear with me. We're going to do the memorial, okay? So we're going to get ready for that. But I just want to run through something real quick because, like I said, something was made, came to my attention. I just want to be able to deal with it. Okay? If someone please read Deuteronomy 28. Because we want to make sure, it would be remiss of me not to make sure that everyone who came here tonight has a very full awareness and understanding of what is going on. Okay? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 46. Give me 46. Deuteronomy 28 and 46. Very briefly, because this is we want to run through this real quick, and then I want to touch back on something that C. Victoria said when he said about when he did the poem about the blackness. And I want to touch on that too.
Deuteronomy 28:46, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
First, let's go to Deuteronomy 15. I'm sorry. 28 verse 15.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15.
Okay. Y'all brothers be quick on the swords, so I'm going to run through it quick, okay?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of God thy power.
This is the Most High, or this is Moses writing what the Most High, the information or the revelations that the Most High has given him. He's writing or he's talking or speaking to the children of Israel, okay? Go on.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, that thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of God thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes.
You must observe to do all his commandments and his statutes. Read on.
Which I command thee this day,
That
all these curses shall come upon thee.
All of these curses, these punishments will come upon thee.
And overtake thee.
And these curses, these punishments will overtake you. Come on.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
You're going to be cursed in the city.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
You're going to be cursed in the field.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Come on.
Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
The fruit of your body shall be cursed.
And the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of your land is going to be cursed. Now, what I want to do is I want to jump to 46 now. Verse 46.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 46.
Read.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder.
We're in the same chapter. The they that the Bible is speaking about is going to be for a sign and a wonder is talking about verse 15. What's going to be a sign and a wonder upon you? The curse, the punishment. It is the only way to identify the children of Israel. There is no other way to identify the children of Israel unless there is a curse or a sign or a wonder upon. That's the people right there, because the Bible says that's what they will be going through. Read verse where we at 46.
Come. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
They're going to be upon you, the children of Israel, for a sign and a wonder, and your seed, meaning your children, forever. Read on.
Because thou servest not Yah thy power.
This is the reason why it's going to be on you, because you didn't serve the Most High your power. Read.
Because thou servest not Yah thy power with joyfulness.
With joyfulness.
And with gladness of heart.
Read on.
For the abundance of all things.
Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy.
Now you're going to serve your enemy because, number one, you did not obey the commandment. You didn't obey the commandment. So now you cursed or punished. So now you're going to serve your, read again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Your enemy. You're going to serve your enemy. See, a lot of Christian churches don't want to bring up your enemy. You're going to serve your enemy underneath this punishment. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yah shall send against thee, in hunger.
You're going to serve your enemy in hunger.
And in thirst.
You're going to serve your enemy in thirst.
And in nakedness.
You're going to serve your enemy in nakedness.
And in want of all things.
In everything you can want, need, or ask for, you're going to serve your enemy. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Uh-oh. Somebody put a yoke of iron on somebody's neck. Now, how do you identify who who had the yoke of iron on their neck. History shows and proves that there's only one group of people in the world who had a yoke of iron on their neck, and that is the so-called Negro. You. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have mentally destroyed you to the point where he no longer needs chains. Now you no longer a Negro, a black man, a so-called black man or Israelite. You just a nigger. And you don't need no chains because you now a slave in your mind. So guess what? I can take the slave, I can take the chains off. Take them off. Take them off. You got invisible changes in your mind. Read.
Y'all shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth,
Come on.
as swift as the eagle flieth.
Who bears the sign of Eve? Who bears the sign of Eve? Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Drop down to 64.
Deuteronomy 28:64. And Yah shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
This is called chattel slavery. This is called the diaspora, or the dispersed, or disperda. This is chattel slavery. From one end of the earth to another, meaning all of your people you can find everywhere in the world, they were once slaves. You can find Negroes in India who was once slaves. You can find Negroes in China of Negro descent who was once slaves. In Brazil, and in Mexico, and in Central America, and in Canada, and in Alaska, everywhere. In the islands of the sea, everywhere. Up on the face of the earth, you were once slaves or descendants of slaves. That's who he's speaking about right now. Read.
Verse 64. And Yah shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
The wooden cross of Christianity and the cobblestone of Islam. Many of our people have been converted due to slavery to Christianity and to Islam. Both. Neither one was our original religion. Neither one. Those things were imposed upon us through slavery. That was all of 64, right? Kind of. Drop to 68. We're going to sum it up. This is the last verse of chapter 28, but we're going to sum it up. But I want the people in here who do not know, I need you to have an understanding, because this is the most important thing anybody in the world can say to you. Read on.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And Yah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
He's going to do what?
And Yah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Hold that. Give me 19 and 2 or 20 and 2. Egypt bondage, the bondage, the beating of Egypt. 20 and 2, I think it is. Is it 20 and 2? Exodus 20 and 2. Yeah. This is what it means, because the Bible speaks in very metaphoric terms. Very metaphoric terms. What do you mean I will bring you into bondage again, or into slavery again, or I will bring you into Egypt again with ships? What does that mean?
Exodus 20 and 2 reads, I am the Most High Yah, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. Egypt means bondage or slavery. That's what it means. Read on.
And Yah shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
You're never going to see your homeland again. Come on.
And there ye shall be sold.
And when you get there, what's going to happen?
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
You're going to be sold unto your enemies. Come on.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For slave men and slave women. Come on.
And no man shall buy you.
And nobody's going to rescue you out of your condition. Martin Luther King can't do it. Malcolm X couldn't do it. Marcus Garvey couldn't save us out of this condition. Oh, yes, and even the Hamite Obama couldn't do it.
You see how she can't save you?
Oh, man. Get the crown of thorns off Nipsey's head, please. Was that all the 68? Okay, now this is what I want to do. Speak up, brother.
Mostly suffer trial. Basically say, all of us in captivity. So that's how it's in the second half of the
Okay, read that. 2 Corinthians 40, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually,
This is how other Israelites begin to get on this side of the world. Okay? Although they went into slavery on ships going the other way, to the European side. Come on.
2nd Ezra 13, verses 40 through 45 reads, those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own lands. In the time of Hosea the king, who Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive, and he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land. But they took this counsel amongst themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen, and go forth into a further country, where never mankind dealt.
So the Bible says that the 10 northern tribes, the half tribes being Manasseh and Ephraim and Manasseh, they took it and they upon themselves and said, you know what? We've been punished for not serving the Most High. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a land where never a man stepped his foot upon. So we can serve him. They was lying. They just running from the curse. That's all they was doing. Read on.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
They didn't never keep them in their own land. So what made them think they was going to keep them when they got over here? Come on.
And they entered in Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
So they were captured by Salmanassar, which was the Assyrian king, right? And when he released them, upon their release, they entered the Euphrates River by the narrow passages. The Bible is not a religious book. It is a history book. We need to get our minds out of the Christian mindset. It's not a religious book. It's a history of a people, a forgotten people. Come on.
For the Most High then showed signs for them.
If the Most High led them, he showed signs to them, meaning this was the will of the Most High. He led them here. Come on.
And held still the flood.
Come on.
Till they were passed over.
They were passed over. Read.
For through that country there was a great way to go.
How long?
Namely, of a year and a half.
So it took them a year and a half to get from one side of the world to the other. Come on.
And the same region is called Aslan.
This side of the world, the Western Hemisphere at that time is called Aslan. Come on.
Then dwelt they there until the latter time. And now, when they shall begin to come.
Was that it?
Yes.
That was 45?
That's 46.
That was 46? Okay. So, now, how do we physically, like the brother, I said I wanted to address something that he said. He was talking about the black-skinned black man, right? How do we physically, through the Bible, how do we physically identify who the children of Israel are? Does the Bible speak of color? It sure does. It sure does. From beginning to end. Read Genesis 2 and 7, I believe. I'm going there. I am going there. I'm going to Jeremiah 14 and 2. I'm going to Lamentations 5 and 48. I'm going to probably about 6 before we get
Genesis 2 and 6. And the Most High Yah formed man of dust of the ground.
So what color is the dust of the ground? This is common sense. The dust of the ground is many different shades of brown, right? You go to darker you get, right? So read it again.
And the Most High Yah formed man of the dust of the ground.
Formed man of the dust of the ground.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
So the first man born created upon the face of earth was a black man. So what we would call a black man or a black skinned man. formed from the dust of the ground. The deeper you go into the dirt, the darker the dirt gets, the richer it gets. You understand what I'm saying here? All right, now give me Jeremiah 2 and don't give me Jeremiah 4:14 and 2.
Book of Jeremiah 14 and 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black unto the ground.
What color is Judah?
They are black unto the ground.
Judah is black into the ground. Judah is black, just like the ground. The Bible is telling you this. Give me Songs of Solomon 1 verse, is it 1 and 5? Song of Solomon 1 and 5.
Song of Solomon 1 verse 5. I am black become.
Wait a minute, what did he say it was?
I am black become.
What did Solomon say it was?
I am black become.
Calmly meaning I'm fine. That's what it means. I'm black and I'm fine. That's what it That's what it means. Now give me Job. Now give me Job 30 and 29. Somebody give me Job 30 and 29. Brother, y'all see we're gonna take you down through there today. Come on.
Job
30 and 30. 30 and 30. 30 and 30.
Job 30 and 30.
Read.
My skin is black upon me.
My skin is what?
My skin is black upon me.
Ain't no getting around that one. My skin is black upon me. My skin. Is that out?
And my bones are burned with heat.
And my bones are burned with heat. Is there any other places where I can find color in the Bible? Well, there sure is. Why there sure is? Let me, first of all, I want to get all the physical appearances out of the way first. Let's go to Revelation. You can't get no more New Testament than Revelation, right? Somebody tell me a book that's after Revelation.
That's the last book.
Can anybody tell me a book after Revelation? I think not. That's the last. You can't get no more New Testament than that, right? Give me Revelations 1 and 14.
And it reads, his head and his hairs were white like wool.
Just something like Caesar's too, right there. It's woolly and turning white.
As white as snow.
As white as snow. Come
And
on.
his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Because he drank wine. The church don't want to believe that Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, I'm speaking of, drank. Yes, he did. He did. You think he's going to be in a wedding, turning water into wine and don't have none of himself? Come on now. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
His feet was like what?
Unto fine brass.
Now what color is brass? Isn't it brown? Now even get deeper than that. Read on.
As if they burned in the furnace.
If you burn anything in the furnace, what color does it turn? Black. Black. And if his feet is black, his face is black. Unless you, if it's if your feet is black, then your hands is black. If your hands is black, then your face is black, right? Is that all of that? All right, now let's go to Daniel. Who got Daniel? Who got Daniel? Daniel, 9, what is it, 10 and 6?
10 and 6 also.
Who got it? You come with yours next.
Daniel 10 and 6.
Daniel 10 and 6.
The book of
Daniel 10 and 6, and then what you got?
7 and 9.
Okay, I want 10 and 6, I believe it is.
The book of Daniel 10 and 6. His body also was like a barrel.
So his body was also like the barrel. Come on.
And his face as the appearance of lightning.
And his face is appearance of lightning.
And his eyes as lamps of fire.
And his eyes, we just read that in Revelation. The eyes is a lamp of fire. Come on.
And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Like his arms and his what? Read it again.
And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Polished brass has been burnt in the furnace. You can look it up. Polished brass means brass that's been burnt in a furnace. Is that it?
And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude.
And the voice of his words like the voice of the multitude. Actually mimicking what we just read in Revelation. But Daniel wrote it first, right? It's Daniel singing first, right? All right. Anybody got any scriptures up here? I wanted Lamentations. 4 and 8, I think it is. think it's 4 and 8.
Daniel 7:9, just the characteristics of his hair.
Like the pure wool?
Yeah, the pure
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Daniel 7:9 reads, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Wait a minute. The Ancient of Days is who? The Ancient of Days is the Creator, the Father, I, right? Let's see what he looked like. Come on.
Whose garment was white as snow, and the hair on his head like the pure wool.
Pure wool is nappy. I don't want to see that. See, nappy hair is the good hair. It's the best hair in the world. Like the pure wool. Is that all that? All right, I want Lamentations though. Y'all see that? Is it 4 and 8 I'm looking for? Lamentations 4 and 8. The coals of fire. Coals of fire. I think it's Lamentations 4. Did y'all pull it up yet? Yeah, this is, that's what I want. That's what I want.
Lamentations 4 and 8.
Read.
Their visage is blacker than coal.
Read 7. Read 7, then read 8.
Lamentations 7 and 8.
4 and
Lamentations
7.
7 and 8. Her Nazarites were purer than snow. They were whiter than milk. They were more ruddy in body than rubies. Their polish was sapphire. Their visage is blacker than coal.
What's a visage? What's a visage? A face. Your face. Your face. Visage is face. The faces was blacker than coal. So does the Bible talks about color? It sure and most certainly does. There's black men and women all throughout the Bible. From every gamut of every spectrum of color. Because the ground is every spectrum of color. You go from very, very light, very light brown to very, very dark brown. There's dark brothers in here. You understand? You know what I'm saying? We Israelites ran the whole gamut, the whole spectrum of colors in brownish colors, right? All right. Brothers got anything else? So, what I want everybody to understand, the people that may not be here, that may not understand, that we are the children of Israel. And it is incumbent upon us to find out and seek out who we are. We lost our history. Get that one to Jeremiah 17. I'm sorry, I got brother, y'all take one. 17 and 4. Jeremiah 17.
Jeremiah 17:4 reads, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
In which we did, we discontinued from our heritage. Read.
That I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
And we are serving our enemies in a land that we did not know, our forefathers did not know. So we have to regain our history, our heritage. And when a prophet, and when you have men that come before you and say, hey, you are of the children of Israel, you need to listen. Take heed. And begin to remember. Begin to remember. Because I always say this, I always say the Most High is listen, what he does is a wonderful thing because he takes men from men. He takes it from men. You take that man away from everybody else. Clean that man up. Fill him with information and then push him right back to where he came from. And say, now tell them what I said.
17:4.
Yeah.
Read Jeremiah 17:4 again.
And it reads, and thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So that's it right there. Our people don't have a culture or heritage and discontinue. That's why our brothers and sisters are joining Eastern Stars, Scottish Rite, York Rite, Prince Hall Masons, getting the snot beat out of them online, joining fraternities and sororities, because they're searching for a culture. Because they don't know who they are. Okay?
But the Bible tells you.
But the Bible tells them exactly who they are. Right? You look at one of the first fraternities, Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Okay? They went to the Greek professor to find out what they were called. What are we called? Ethiopians. Okay? That's what it means, Ethiopians. That's not who you are, you're an Israelite. Right? You're searching for your culture, you don't know who you are. This truth that's coming out is what you give to who you are. This Passover is your holiday, your holy day. Right? So.
That's it. Let's clap it up. I hope that we brought some understanding to you, and you begin to understand and do some research of who you